Welcome to San Diego's most popular local morning news. Good morning, San Diego.
All right, still to come on Good Morning San Diego, we're going to go look at some of the most memorable ads from the Super Bowl from yesterday, and there certainly were a lot of memorable ones.
Welcome back. It's the part of the Super Bowl people are still talking about this morning, and of course we're talking about the ads. So which ones were the winners? Which ones were the losers? John DuPuis from the San Diego Advertising Club is here with the wrap-up of the big ads from the big game. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so were the ads mostly winners, do you think?
I think this year, yeah, absolutely. Compared to last year, definitely a good set of ads this year. The humor was more relevant,
yeah,
which I thought was great. So, yeah.
A lot of humor, and what I noticed, too, is very family-friendly.
Yes, family-friendly. And again, last year we had more of the potty humor. So we missed that this year in a good way, I think.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe some of that Janet Jackson effect is still rubbing off,
absolutely,
right?
Absolutely.
Keeping things a little cleaner as all the kids tune in. Okay, you brought a couple of ads in that particularly stood out, and let's start here with the Frito-Lay ad for Doritos.
Great.
Let's take a look. And now what's interesting about this is not only is it cute and funny, but it was made by somebody who's not traditionally an advertising person.
That's right.
How did that come about?
Actually, I think that was the big win this year. There was 3 spots. There was the NFL, there was Doritos, and there was Chevy that went out and did consumer-generated spots, which, again, the engagement process prior to the 30 seconds was fantastic. I mean, it's something you can't replicate. And it basically extended their $2.6 million effort. So it was great. I don't know if it was the best one.
They got a lot of hope because they let people know, hey, this is something that you can be in the contest to win this opportunity. So it got a lot of hype. Also, General Motors, they had a spot out as well. Yeah, for Chevy. And I don't know if it was the best of the 3 consumer-generated spots. I missed the car. You still have to sell within these messages. Right. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining. And so we're taking a look at the Chevy one right now. As you said, maybe not quite as effective, but again, getting a lot of attention ahead of time. Absolutely. Because this was contest-generated commercial. Yeah. This got my attention, I thought, a little bit. Just because I'm a woman, you don't usually see the guys running around doing this. It was fun. It was definitely entertaining, which these spots have to be. And then also getting a lot of attention ahead of time was the Kevin Federline spot. Yes. Life Comes at You Fast. Yes. And that one also, you know, they're getting more mileage out of these by promoting them ahead of time. That's right. Yeah, I mean, K-Fed, he had a little fun with himself, which was good. Nationwide, I think, did a good job of capitalizing on him. We'll see if people realize that it's a nationwide spot or if it's Kevin Federline's spot. So. Right, that's the challenge there. When you've got such a high-profile celebrity that maybe he gets more attention than your product. That's right. That's right. Garmin? Garmin, yes, an interesting newcomer to the Super Bowl this year. I think they did a good job, a little maybe too over the top with the humor, but they got their message across, and I think, the extension beyond the 30 seconds where they released the video was great. And, yeah, this one got a lot of, people said, what's going on here? What is this? It reminded you of the old movies, the old B movies. That's right, that's right. Took you back a little bit. And then HP had a pretty interesting one as well. Yeah, the HP spot was it was an interesting connection with the West Coast Choppers. I'm not sure the message came across. It was good to see them in the Super Bowl, but again, I'm not sure it was a big winner on the day. And lastly, we're going to look at one from CareerBuilder.com. Yes. Career Builder, I missed the monkeys. The monkeys were a huge success for them. I thought the spots were well done. The message was clear, but again, I think I missed the monkeys. I'd like to see them come back. Yeah, this one made me a little uncomfortable, and I think there were some ads. They were saying they were testing ads somewhere, and people that were actually, wired up to something, and they were testing their stress level watching the ads, and this was one of them that they got stressed out about. Yes, because it's very real. I mean, the office is a jungle, and I think people react to that. All right. And also, you've got an event going on today. If you love these ads, you want to see some more of them. Yes. You've got some talk about what you have going on. We have industry experts coming together. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's at the Hall of Champions at 11:30. The public's invited. Come on down. It's going to be a blast. All right. There you go. 11:30. You can go to our website at KUSI.com for more information. Don DuPuis, thank you so much. Thank you. Very interesting stuff. I appreciate it. All right.
The pictures, the stories, your world. This is News 8.
And the Super Bowl is the one show people tune in for the commercials just as much as the game itself. Well, among ad experts and regular viewers, last night's best commercials all had one thing in common: animals.
In fact, the commercial that was topped among experts was the blockbuster ad featuring a mouse. The spot showed a rabbit and guinea pig trying to use a real mouse to get online. Poor little guy.
Yeah.
The second-rated ad, the Budweiser commercial featuring a Dalmatian. In third was the rock, paper, scissors Bud Light ad. Fourth place went to the Taco Bell spot featuring two talking lions. And fifth was the Snickers ad that featured two guys in a garage sharing the candy bar and a kiss. Coming up at 12:30, a live report from the San Diego Ad Club Luncheon. We'll let you know what spots they thought were the winners and losers this year. Meantime, the Super Bowl commercials have nearly become as big as the game itself, and the debate is on over which were the winners and the losers last night.
This year's ads excited both, I should say elicited, that is, both laughs and groans, but many ad experts were not impressed. They said, with the exception of a few spots, this year's commercials were disappointing. What did you think? News 8's Steve Price is live at the San Diego Ad Club Luncheon to see if that was the verdict of local advertising experts. Steve, what's the verdict?
Well, remember, Dan and Nichelle, these advertisers paid $2.6 million for just that 30-second spot. So the big question, did those advertisers get their money's worth? The local pros discussing that right now. We'll see what they say. In the meantime, let me show you some of my favorite commercials and some first impressions from those pros.
I'm going to have to let you go. It's the beard comb over, isn't it? Yeah. It really makes me question your decision-making abilities. 1, 2, 3.
You want the Bears, and I want the Colts, but we both win because we're in love.
Honey, don't talk with your mouth through.
Oh, sorry.
I think it was a steady year. I don't think there was nothing that was really extraordinary, surprising, significant, memorable. I don't think any of that happened yesterday.
I thought overall it was fairly well done. I thought it was better than last year. I thought the humor in this year's was more relevant, where last year was more kind of gratuitous. So I thought it was overall well done.
I thought this year was a little bit boring.
Boring because unlike years past where you're seeing a commercial for the first time during the Super Bowl, this year many spots were already on the internet for weeks, like those Dorito ads. So there were very few surprises at the Super Bowl. Ad execs say companies did that to build buzz for their spot and try to get more bang for their buck. So which commercials did the ad execs like best? Spots for Blockbuster, Budweiser, and Career Builder scored high. Other ads for Sales Genie and Flomax did not. So what can we expect next year? The ad execs say look for more interactivity, immediate online voting. For example, you'll start to see a commercial, and then as that commercial is airing, you'll vote on your computer for how you want the commercial to end. At least that's what these ad execs say they would like to see next year. Of course, Dan and Nichelle, in the end, it all comes down to which commercials are actually going to sell the product, and we won't know that for a few months.
Yeah, Steve, we can't believe the kind of moolah that was spent on these commercials. $2.6 million, like you were saying, for 30 seconds. That is a lot of money to spend, and then to have your commercial miss the mark.
And you know what's interesting, Dan, is that some of the most popular commercials were those Dorito commercials, which weren't even made by ad execs. In fact, one of those commercials, I think, cost $12 to make, as opposed to other commercials that cost $1 million to make. So there might be some ad execs losing their jobs today.
All right. Steve Price reporting live from Balboa Park. Steve, thanks.
They cost $86,000 a second.
So, were the Super Bowl ads worth it? An advertising executive weighs in, and the one viewers picked as their favorite in one poll. Well, usually commercials are a cue to change the channel, but during the Super Bowl, they're part of the show.
For some, they're as important or even more so than the game. Mari Payton found out which were the favorites, which were forgettable.
You're a delivery guy. You don't even work here.
With some 90 million people watching, there's lots at stake for the teams playing as well as advertisers.
Because I got a whole stack.
There were some hits.
On the VIP. What? Fries.
I like the Kevin Federline one. I thought that was great. And I like the one with the dog with the little spots.
And lots of misses.
I didn't like the crab ones. I thought that was dumb, the Budweiser crab one.
Overall, advertising experts say the commercials were disappointing.
The underlying problem is that people are so bombarded with a lot of different information and news items that it's so hard for the advertisers to really, with the 30-second spot, to really make a strong message anymore.
This ad's creator was the winner of an online competition, something Roll thought was effective.
Frito-Lays with the Doritos ads, those were submitted by individuals, amateurs. That ad cost Frito-Lay $12 to make.
Most say they're not going to start buying a product simply because of its ad, but they will remember them.
It's definitely a conversation piece, probably for the rest of the week around the water cooler at work. You know, we'll hang out and talk about Sierra Mist and Doritos and Chevrolet, and that can't hurt the product.
Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Maury Payton, NBC 739.
Well, Spot Bowl is a site where viewers can vote for their favorite commercial, and the #1 pick, Marty, you want to hear this? I think this is yours. The Blockbuster ad where the rabbit and guinea pig are trying to get the mouse to work.
Like that one, and I like the Budweiser one where the dog became a Dalmatian.
And the 2 gorillas in the zoo?
The 2 gorillas in the zoo. There were many. Our e-poll today, do you think this year's Super Bowl commercials were worth $2.6 million each? About 90% of you said no. You can still vote if you'd like at NBCSanDiego.com.